Hello, friend Mormo here. Today we're having Christmas in July, and I'm reviewing the movie A Nasty Piece of Work, which is part of Blumhouse's Into the Dark series on Hulu, where they release a new horror movie every month on Hulu. And so far, I'm loving it, man. The movies have been so scary and so smart. I'm a big Blumhouse fan, though. I kind of have the feelings that Blumhouse has never done wrong, and that their movies are like just good enough that you get your money's worth and you keep coming back. And I love their theatrical movies, and the Hulu movies are really great so far. This is my second one. And it's a Christmas story about a corporation and these employees who are trying to work their way up the corporate chain and get a Christmas bonus and get a promotion. And it's like two of the employees get invited to bring their wife to a Christmas party after the work Christmas party at the guy's mansion, the guy who runs the company. And the guy who runs the company is Julian Sands, who was in the Warlock movies back in the 80s and 90s. And he did a great job, and it was great to see him again. He's a great actor. He was really excellent in this movie. And it all turns into like this twisted competition where they're fighting to get the promotion. One of them's going to get fired, the other one is going to get a promotion and a raise and everything and make a good salary, and they're both just like so desperate to get ahead in the corporate world. So there's probably like a lot of subtext and like satire of capitalism and late stage capitalism and the whole corporate environment and everything. That's something I've never been a part of, really. The corporate environment. I've always been like a low, like the bottom of the pyramid, basically, as far as like corporate chains go and everything. Or I've either worked for mom and pops, or I've been the lowest rung on the totem pole in a corporate situation, basically, and never had to worry about bosses and raises, impressing people or anything like that. But I did really enjoy this movie. It was just so smart, and like I think it's really cool um, how the Hulu show is based off of holidays. So you get these great holiday horror movies. The last one I reviewed was called Culture Shock, and it was for 4th of July. This one was about Christmas. And it's great that they put some great stars, some classic horror movie big stars in there, and they just have really good production value, really good acting. This movie had great acting by everyone involved, and it was basically like a dark comedy. It was like a horror comedy, and it did have some blood and gore and killing and stuff. And it was spooky, and it really kept me guessing. It kept me glued to the screen. I was just barely on my phone and just mostly watching this movie, wondering what's going to happen next to these people. And I highly recommend it. I think it's worth getting Hulu. I know there's a package now where you can get Hulu, Disney Plus, and ESPN for a pretty low price. And there's a lot of good stuff on Hulu, but just to watch these Blumhouse movies, the Into the Dark series, it's worth it. I'm going to review a bunch of them. I'm probably going to go through all of them if I can find all of them on Hulu. this one was really smart, really well done, well written, good music, just everything about it was really good. And it was a smart way to make a horror movie where it had like two locations. It had the office, and then it had the guy's mansion, and a relatively small cast. It had some bit players that had small parts and stuff, but the majority of the cast was just 6 people in this one location. And that's just smart filmmaking, especially when you're making horror movies and the formula is supposed to be like you spend a relatively small amount of money and make a relatively large amount of money back. And Blumhouse is just the smartest guys doing horror right now, in my opinion. And these movies so far have been great. I can't wait to keep reviewing them. Please tune in and keep watching. And thanks so much. Hello, friend. Now we're going to talk the horror business, and we're talking about the number one mistake that most horror blogs make. And as much as it might surprise most horror bloggers, the number one mistake most horror blogs are doing is not publishing their content via email as a supplement to their RSS feeds. Just think about it. While RSS is growing strong, it still only penetrates about 5 to 6% of the American online population. Furthermore, according to a recent blog ads survey, only 12% of the horror blog reading audience said it used RSS always or often. If you're delivering your horror blog content only via RSS, you're missing out on about 80% or more of potential regular readership followership. The key horror blog problem. There are millions of horror blogs already, but really few people have the time to watch more than a few daily. But if they come back just once a week, they can be quickly overwhelmed with the amount of new content. That's why it's crucial to provide a best of, a helping hand to guide your readers to the must-read content you publish, and delivering this content either as a standalone blog zine or as part of your regular email newsletter. What should you do? Deliver your horror blog posts as they are written via RSS, but then also publish a regular weekly or monthly email e-zine with your top horror blog posts for those that are still not into RSS. Don't do just one channel, do both. Email is still the number one end user content delivery channel, whether we like it or not. Using email as a supplement to RSS to deliver our content is just good business practice, at least for now. Chris Perillo is the publisher of one of the most popular sites on the net, LockerGnome.com. He was actually the first to proclaim email as being dead. But still, while he prefers for his subscribers to use RSS instead of email, that isn't stopping him from using or promoting either RSS or email. If you're watching this video and thinking that horror blogs are actually beyond email, just consider the following reality. RSS and email are content delivery channels, the tools that enable us to deliver our horror content to end users. Blogs, horror blogs, and e-zines, on the other hand, are two different internet media content formats, differing in how / what content is provided and presented through them. RSS, email, and horror blogs / e-zines cannot be directly compared. Horror blog content and e-zine content can both be delivered via RSS and email, and there is no direct business logical relation between, for example, horror blogs and RSS. Horror blogs are personal conversations, opinions, and news delivered in a linear structure, usually written in a more personal style and confined to a limited number of content types. Horror e-zines, on the other hand, are more similar to magazines or newspapers, carrying content presented in a complex, non-linear structure and having the ability to carry many different content types that do not mix well together if provided through a linear content structure. Providing all of the content demands a complex content structure and a strong and experienced editor. The horror blog format simply does not provide the level of structure needed to effectively present such a complex content mix. But that's not to say that horror blogs are in any way inferior to horror e-zines. They're just different. And businesses need both, and they need to deliver both via RSS and email. Personal preferences towards content delivery channels and internet content media formats have no place in business. What matters is what our audiences want and how they want it. And I want to thank you so much for tuning in to my little show. And I gotta ask you for help. If you could please go to mormozine.com, my website. There's a short video there. In the video, I ask you to please watch one of my movies on YouTube. So I'm not asking you for money. I'm just asking for some of your attention. And please just go to mormozine.com. Watch the short video. It will explain like a little bit about my career and my life and stuff. And then I'll ask you for help. Can you please watch one of my movies and on YouTube and watch it all the way through and then write a short review comment. That would really help. I really need help right now with watch time and comments and thumbs up on YouTube and everything. So once again, please just go to mormozine.com. Thanks so much.